There we go.
Coming up in tonight's show, Martin's journey, how I've got on this week with my own personal weight loss, another fantastic low-calorie recipe, and this week is a finger-licking crackerjack chicken recipe, a topic to keep you moving as February is Fibre February, what national days we have got to celebrate throughout this week, and finally, a little bit of a taster of what is coming up next week on your Mondays with Martin. So without further ado, it is time for this week's Mondays with Martin. There it is. Don't know what happened to my camera there. Hey, Lindsay, what's going on? What's good? So you've caught me. I'm in the middle of eating one of our delicious products. One of our spaghetti bolognese. See, everyone thinks that the one-to-one by Cambridge weight plan is all about soups and shakes, and it really is not. Hey, how you doing, Jess? Welcome over.
You're awesome.
Thank you very much for the like. So, this, look at that.
You're awesome.
Gorgeous spaghetti bolognese. High protein, 200 calorie meal. So, I'm just munching it so I won't late. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Lindsay, thank you for the like as well. So, while I munch...
You're awesome.
I'm very good. So this week, got Mondays with Martin is
You're
my
awesome.
journey. How I've done over the last week with my own weight loss. And it's good. I've also got our topic of the week, which was a mixed one. Some of you asked for some healthy alternatives for breakfast. And some of you asked for advice for when you're abroad or when you're on your hollybobs. So I'm mixing the two in together on that one. I've got my gorgeous recipe of the week. And the usual national days and what's coming up next week. Plus whatever else it is that we get talking about. Right. I finished eating. Hi, Martin. I've been out and bought soup ingredients for the carrot and coriander plus the celery. Looking forward to trying it. Yep. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much for giving it a go. Make sure you take some pictures and pop them up or tag us at One-to-One Team Thomas in the post. Yeah. Brilliant. Just don't do what I did. Just put a little pinch of pepper in. I put 2 big pinches of pepper in. And, yeah, that was a bit too much. So, Martin's journey then. Martin's journey. How have I got on this week? Well, I am pleased to tell you that I lost 5.5 pounds this week. Let's go. Jackie Bryan coming in with a like as well. Thank you very much. 5.5 pounds gone this week. I tried the chicken last night with my own little twist. Oh, the chicken drumsticks that I did last week? Yeah, how'd you get on with that? You could do with a good salt while it's cooking. But yeah, the pepper I'd probably season as you go. Thank you very much. Also, I'm a bit broader again. So I have gained, it's only a smidgen. It's only 1/8 of an inch on my chest. And I've lost you did breast. Okay. And I've lost 1/8 of an inch off my waist. And along with I've lost 1/4 of an inch off my waist. Sorry, I've gained 1/8 of an inch on my chest. So I've lost 5.5 pounds, and this is because I've been on my plan. I've kept to it this week, which again proves that the plan works. Absolutely. Okay. The other reason is I've got into a bit of an exercise regime over the last week, using resistance bands. I might do a little bit of a video for how to do it, but basically it's working your biceps, your triceps, your pectoral minors, your pectoral majors. It works your the word has deltoids. It is working your abs. It is working your glutes, your glops. It's working everything, and it's not strenuous, and it's cheap as chips. It is really, really easy to do. So I just bought myself a pack of resistance bands, and I've been using them to tone myself up, because as we all know, when it comes to weight loss, the more weight we lose, unless we are active and we are keeping ourselves going, we need to keep that tone. If you don't keep that tone, is where you can get a bit of sagging. So I got resistance bands too. They were on special in the middle. It's fantastic. So I've got a spiral staircase. So what I've done is whipped them around a couple of the top so that I can then pull down like this. That's going to do your triceps, pulling down. Then I can pull with arms extended. You can only see one of my arms, but arms extended. I'm pulling out. This is doing your pectoral and your pectoral minors. Then doing the other way, turning around, having it behind and pulling inwards, and also inwards like this. Having it over the back and pulling down as well with the resistance bands as well. So there's all sorts of workouts there. I might do a video and do that as a segment 1 week. It's just getting into doing a video. And then also with the resistance bands up high, one thing that I found was really nice is doing a squat. The resistance bands help to keep you balanced. It's cheating a little bit. But then once you're squatted, it's using them resistance bands and pulling down, but you've got to stay squatted as well. This is really using your abs, and it's really using your thighs and your calves. Yeah, see, I haven't got loops, so I was wearing gloves because I'm wrapping them around to pull them down, but haven't got stairs. You might struggle with that then. You have to find a way to anchor them over the top. Yeah, it's yeah, we'll have to figure that out for you, man. But it really, really works. And the other thing as well is it keeps don't know which way I'm going. It keeps your bingo wings in nice tight form here. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing to try and just keep myself toned, keep my chest toned, and then crunch on the abs and build up the muscle, build up the strength and everything. Let's face it, when we put on weight, we get a little bit lazy, we get a little bit sedentary, and we don't tend to do as much, so we lose a bit of muscle mass as well. So you want to gain that back. Over the top of the mobile home. Get Bamba to stand on a step ladder and hold it. Ladder might work, actually. Thing is, I don't want to advise to be attaching stuff to the wall, because you don't want to, A, pull it out of the wall, but B, if you're going to mount it, you don't want to obviously pierce the band, because then you're making the band weak and it will snap. And this band, I just got a pack from a supermarket, and the toughest one I've got, I can literally hook it up at 6 foot and crouch all the way down and extend that all the way down to the floor, and then they'll take the resistance. Obviously, it's a big pull to get down to the floor. You need to use the resistance bands that you want. Hello, Sam.
You're
as well.
awesome.
Gary Denninger, what's going on, dude? Thank you very much for the like. And they are absolutely fantastic. You can do some loop it. I'll get my band. Hold on. Get the band. Right. Sorry about that. So you can, this is very, very good for your chest as well. Wait until you're with me. So this is the resistance band. Now, if I put my hand, if I get that half, where am I? Yeah. If I get that half, put my hands together, you can see, not very well, how much of a pull that is. That's just my hands halfway, pulling it together and pulling. This is really good for your pectoral
You're
minors here.
awesome.
That's all you got to do. Charmaine, thank you for the like. So it is literally just pull in. Now, if you get this about shoulder width apart, okay, I'm going to move over a bit more. If you get this about shoulder width apart, so we're here, you want to come out as far as you can. So, got mic stand in the way. Come out as far as you can, back in again. Shoulder width apart, no more than. Out as far as you can, and back in. And you can see how slowly I'm doing this. Okay? It is all about doing it slow, and that's going to work your pectoral minors. To work your pecs, you want to go out a little bit further. So we're going to get the band out here. Okay, get in front of the camera. So we're a bit further, and I've got a bit more slack in it this time. And you can really extend it out and slowly come back in. If you extend it out and then let it go like that, you just, one, you'll probably hurt yourself. But two, you're not going to be working any of your muscles. So it's really straight back, out here, just beyond shoulder width, and we're going to extend it out as far as we can, and gently bring it back in again, keeping our arms nice and locked, nice and straight, and we're just coming out as far as we can, and in. If that's too easy, give it another wrap round, or come in a little bit if the wrap round's too hard. Just bring it in a little bit each time so there's more and more resistance. This is the highest resistance that I've got. I can't remember what the weight is of it. But that's the highest resistance band that I've got. And again, you're using that behind you. Now, you probably want a scarf on for this one, but you can do it with that. You don't need the stairs, Mum. You don't need the stairs. The crunches will help with the stairs. So put it behind you, wrap it around here. You want a scarf or something to protect your neck. And you're just going to pull down and back up again. Pull down and slowly back up again. Pull down, slowly back up again. Okay? So that's going to work your triceps. You can put it on the floor, put it round your foot, and you're going to come up slowly and back down slowly. Come up slowly, back down slowly. And this is going to work your biceps, okay? This is all you need. You don't need a great amount of weight. You do not need a great amount of weight. I mean, you can double this over for double resistance, okay? When you doubled it up and you've got double the resistance there, you're really pulling, really straining on that. But remember to breathe in. So it's a big breath in as we go down, a big breath out as we come back up again, as we relax again. So it's in, slowly release, and slowly breathe out. Breathe with it because your muscles need oxygen to be able to function properly, okay? And this will help keep you toned. It will help build muscle and everything. So that wasn't going to be part of the segment, but I kind of got carried away with it again. All right, this will help build you a lot. Like I say, I have gained muscle in my chest through just doing these exercises. No gym required, no gym membership required, no heavy weightlifting. Just these exercises are enough to tighten up all those muscles, okay? Nice and easy. If you're going to use it around your neck, you've got to be careful. You want it padded, and you're not going to do too many. When I've got it on the stairs, I'm doing 50 down pull reps. I'm doing 50 squats. I'm doing 50 triceps. I'm doing 50 deltoids. I'm doing 50 plus of each because I'm on the stair. When you're on your neck, it's not really recommended. So make sure you pad that. Make sure you pad it out and don't do more than 10 at a time. Find something else. The stairs is brilliant because I can stand behind and I can pull it down. I'll do a couple of videos and I'll pop them out in next week or the week after. Alrighty. Yeah, so £5.5. Feeling good, fit, feeling slim, feeling fit. Great for if you aren't able to do exercise at the gym. Yeah, you don't need a gym membership. I mean, if you want to do cardiovascular, go for a very brisk walk. Okay, exercise is anything that elevates your heart rate. Okay, so for some people that's just getting out of a chair. It depends on how unhealthy you are, but it's anything that elevates your heart rate. So if you're going for a walk, speed up a little bit. Get your heart pumping. Get that heart rate going. Okay, go for a jog. Anything like that, that is cardio. Going for a swim, it's cardiovascular. Swimming is brilliant. It uses every muscle in your body and it's fantastic for cardiovascular exercise. So you don't need a gym to go for that. You don't need a gym to do sit-ups. If you do sit-ups, there's no difference. You can, if you use a rowing machine at the gym, say you'd use a rowing machine at the gym, use your resistance bands. You can use your resistance bands, anchor them in with your feet against something, or anchor them in, and you sit up, you come back, you sit up, you come back, you sit up, and you're using them resistance bands is doing the same thing as your rowing machine, okay? Cycling, cycling's an absolutely fantastic exercise for working your abs, your leg muscles, and your cardiovascular. Yeah, see, you're walking, you're already getting moving, and it's just that's the thing, is getting moving, staying moving, and keep up with it at the end of the day. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Also, I've been flidding out a lot mentally, which helps because I'm either super focused on something or I'm not. But when I'm focused on something, I'm really focused. So when I get into these health kicks, it really pulls. I walked to Oxford City. I know it isn't far, but yeah, cycle except this week in case it's dodgy here. Yeah. I used to walk from Oxford City Centre to Marston. If he hasn't, I'll phone him later. I'll make him flid. So yeah, so that's a little bit. So next, we'll do the topic next, and we'll save the recipe for near the end. So let's get into. So here we are, then, guys. My delicious Chinese. Don't know what happened there. Voiceover. Right. So topic. You guys wanted to know about healthy alternatives for breakfast and what to eat if you're abroad or if you're on your hollybobs. So with this one, this is a sticky topic because for me to advise is kind of just changing what you are doing. But without knowing what you're doing, I can't really advise you to change what you're doing. So when you say healthy alternative, and Jessica, I do believe it was you that came and said healthy alternatives for breakfast. It depends on what you mean by healthy alternatives. What are you already eating? What do you want an alternative for? That's... Eating abroad's easy. I haven't planned this. So eating abroad is easy. Literally, you've got to be careful. Like when you go into Caribbean, you go into Caribbean countries, you're going to sort of like the Spanish countries and stuff like that. A lot of European places and Caribbean places and stuff, they're very, very high in their oils when they're cooking. They use a lot of oils. Like Italy uses a lot of olive oil. They use a lot of fats. So it's very difficult unless you know what it is that you're eating. So really, you want to be heading... If you're in a hot country, you're not going to be want to eating veg, really. So you're going to be sticking along the salad side of things. So when you go for your salads, you just want to make sure there's no dressing. Please make sure there's no dressing on this salad. go for your grilled or your poached options. If they're grilled or poached, there's no fat involved in the cooking of those. So that's kind of where you want to be aiming on them. You don't really, because, yeah, so that, and fat. So if it's cooked with the fat on, so like for argument's sake, if you're having a steak, if it's cooked with the fat on, it's not the end of the world. Cut the fat off. Don't eat the fat. You know, preferably you want it cooked without the fat layer on there. But just, if they don't do that for you, then just cut it off. Salad and fresh fish. If that's what you're into and you can cope with 10 days of salad and fresh fish. Fish, chicken, red meat. You've got to remember to get your red meat portion in there as well, because your red meat is so good for you. I've forgotten the word. I've forgotten what protein it is that's in there, but you only get this protein from red meat, and it's one of the biggest things that we need as human beings to be human beings, not beings. We're not human beings, we're human beings. But it's what you need to be able to sustain a healthy, balanced diet. Poor Phoenix. Sorry. Fillet, yeah. Nice fillet steak. I mean, obviously, fillet tends to be a bit more expensive. It's a nice prime cut and very minimal fat on there. High in protein and very high in iron. Extremely good for you. So, yeah, go for a fillet steak with salad. You know, just stay away from the high fat stuff. Stay away from the oils and stay away from the dressings. That's the best advice I can give you for eating abroad or eating while you're on your holidays. When it comes to healthy, you don't eat horrible. Okay. So healthy ideas for breakfast, because you want to get your fiber source. You want to get a high source of fiber and protein in the morning, because that's going to absolutely kickstart you. So you're going to be looking around your porridges with berries, you know, that kind of thing. Muesli is another good thing, or your bran flakes, your fiber type cereals. With your fruit on that, you want to be careful. There's a hell of a lot of natural... Excuse me a minute. There's a hell of a lot of natural sugars in fruit, so you just need to be careful on the portions that you're having. There are some people out there that will advise you while you're dieting, eat as much fruit as you can. I would like to go against that. Whilst, yes, eat fruit, don't eat as much as you can. Limit the amount of fruit you're having. However, vegetables, yes, eat as many vegetables as you can. Vegetables are absolutely fantastic for you. They are a very good source of vitamins, minerals, and your iron. So go for your vegetables over your fruits in general. But anyway, going back to the breakfast. So you just want a few blueberries, raspberries, or whatever in there with that. I normally have eggs. I do always have a protein shake. Why are you having a protein shake, though? See, this is another thing. If you're eating correctly, you don't need a protein shake. The only reason you need a protein shake is for a protein boost. So you would, if you're eating, you would have a protein shake before hitting the gym if you were wanting to maximize muscle gain and maximize your endurance in the gym. But other than that, there's actually absolutely no need for a protein shake. It is literally about having a healthy, balanced diet. I don't work out, but I exercise now. I exercise and I don't take protein shakes. I just have a balanced diet. But this is what I'm saying. Why? You say before you work out, are you bodybuilding? Or are you just keeping fit? If you're keeping fit, there's no need for a protein. But if you're keeping fit, there's no need for a protein shake. If it is just exercising to keep fit and healthy, there's no need for it. If you're hitting the gym to bodybuild, then yeah, you want that protein shake, but you don't necessarily, because the other thing you got to remember is when you're drinking a protein shake, you're having a high amount of calories in there as well. And to lose weight, if you're losing weight, you need to be in calorie deficit. But if you want to maintain your weight, you need to be at calorie neutral. So I'm on the line with protein shakes. You don't need a protein shake to keep fit. You would need to have a balanced, high protein breakfast. So I'd go for something like 3 poached eggs and avocados. You know, that would be enough to sustain your workout. And then you'd have, I'd probably actually, because you're about to work out as well, keep fit, I'd probably have a slice of rye. So I'd have a slice of rye toast with avocado and 2 or 3 poached eggs. Because that's all you need. Unless you are hitting the gym and bodybuilding. So like, when I used to hit the gym to work out, okay? So this is the difference as well. A workout to me is your building, yeah? If you're keeping fit, you're just exercising. Does that make sense? That's how my brain works on this. So long as you've got an amount of carbs, that's going to be your sustainable energy whilst you are exercising for that amount of carbs. Then you're going to have your protein in the form of eggs. This protein is muscle building, muscle repair, okay? And then you're also going to get your fiber from your rye bread as well. And then your avocado. Your avocado's packed of vitamins, minerals, and a bit of fiber in there as well. This is going to be the nutrients that you need for that. And that's the way I would kind of head on that side of things before exercising. If you decided, hey, I'm going for America's Strongest Girl, then yeah, by all means, you need to be up in that. You need to be having 6 eggs with 4 bits of rye, with 3 avocados, and your protein shake on top of that, because you're going to be breaking your muscles. That is physically what you do when you are working out. When you are pumping iron, when you are lifting massive amounts of weight, you are physically breaking muscles, so you need the high amount of protein to repair your muscle. So a balanced, slightly increased meal. How much protein do you recommend a day? 3%, you only need, an average person only needs 3% carbohydrates, and then you're balanced across the rest. So literally, it depends. I don't know your schedule. It's person to person. It is different. So this is why I'm saying to you, I would look at having 3 eggs, an avocado, and a slice of rye bread before you go jogging and stuff. If you think you're fatigued, you then need to look at what type of fatigue it is. Are you muscle fatigued, or are you energy fatigued? No bacon with the eggs, Gareth, no. Well, you could have bacon with the eggs, but you need it to be, we call it streaky bacon, what you have over there, with all the fat and everything, but it needs to be lean. It needs to be bacon medallions. You need no fat in there. So take all that fat off of it, by all means. Have a couple of pieces of bacon in there as well. But yeah, if you're muscle fatigued, you need to increase the protein. If you are stamina fatigued and mentally fatigued, then you need to increase the carbs slightly. So your carbs equals energy is the best way to look at it. So if you've gone and done your exercise and you come out and you're like, oh my God, I just need to sleep, then you need to increase your carbs a little bit before that workout, before that exercise, whatever. If you come off and you're like, oh my God, my muscles ache, oh, I feel so, ugh. you'll know the difference between fatigue and muscle fatigue. If it's muscle fatigue, you need to increase the... If it's muscle fatigue, you need to increase the protein. If you are tired, you need to increase slightly your carbs. Turkey bacon. Yeah, turkey bacon's cool. So I'd go for 2 poached eggs, 2 poached or boiled eggs, along with maybe, you're working out for an hour. So I'd probably go 2 poached eggs with maybe 80 to 100 grams of turkey bacon. Mum, we'll get into those technicalities there later. Bacon doesn't actually come from pork. You can get turkey bacon because bacon is cut from the back meat. It's just the cut of it is what distinguishes it technically. Much love to you. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I would do. You're not going to feel fatigued at the moment, Jessica, because you're having a protein shake beforehand as well. If you're having that protein shake beforehand, you're not going to feel that fatigue and you're feeling like you've got lots of energy. You cut that protein shake out, try doing my breakfasts, and see how you feel. But I'm telling you now, even if you cut that protein shake out, you're not going to feel muscle fatigue at all. You're not going to feel muscle fatigued. I'm trying to bring something up, and I can't find it. I'm pinging, hold on. If I open that, it will stop pinging on my screen. There we go. I'll try it. Yeah, try it and just see... Try Viagra. Yeah, try it, see how you get on with that. And you can always DM me, and I can help you out with it. It's not an issue at all. But yeah, I would be heading down the... If you like eggs, I'd be heading down the eggs. Eggs is a brilliant source of protein. Eggs with, like I said, avocado. If you need that carb boost in there, I'd have a bit of rye toast. Omelets are good. Mushroom omelets. Again, it's your eggs, but mushroom omelets. Plenty of veg in there. I'm only talking. How they flit when... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, anyway. So, told you they got a crush on me. What can I say? Right. I can't really think of anything else because I'm kind of like an egg, scrambled eggs, just any variation of eggs, and then make sure you're getting a good portion of veg, beans, you know, tomatoes, baked beans, eggs, mushrooms. I might do a mushroom omelette. I'm hungry now. I've eaten my dinner though. Might do a mushroom omelette for breakfast tomorrow, and then go for a long walk with the dog. Maybe. But yeah, does that help you, Jessica? I mean, I can try and come up with a plan with you if you want. I will have to charge you for my time, obviously. We can look at stuff. You can DM me, and we can sort stuff out there to try it if it helps. Cool. Jackie, we covered eating abroad, trying to stay away. The other thing as well is if you're going to have a sandwich and that, when you're in like Europe, one thing I found was sort of like when they use tinned tuna in oil, they don't drain it. Lovely. But yeah. Salads, basically. Minimal amount of carbs. You don't need a great amount of carbs. Don't need a massive amount of dairy, really, either. You only need a small amount of dairy. It's surprising, actually, how much we overconsume. And this is what I say about having a balanced diet, is because it's amazing how much we overconsume. So you might think, oh, but I'm doing so well on this, you know, I'm eating healthily, I'm eating veg, I'm eating meat, I've cut down on the amount of cheeses I'm eating, or high-fat cheeses and stuff like this. But it still comes down to what it is that you're actually eating, because if you are on the wrong portion to how active you are, if your balance is wrong to how active you are, you're going to struggle to lose weight, you're going to struggle to get fit, you could end up with water retention. This is why it's a balanced diet, which is one thing with us. What we do here at the One-to-One is we tailor the plan to suit your personal need. No two people are on the same plan. One-to-One Team Thomas, we sit with you. We will work out what is it that you need. How active are you? What are you doing on what days, and what do you need that day? And we will come up with a plan that suits your lifestyle and fits in around your lifestyle. It then, over weeks, becomes second nature to you that you can just get on and do it. Make sense? Good. So,
oh, it's time for the yummy part of the show. Are you ready?
Pressing all the wrong buttons. Yummy part of the show now. Ladies and gentlemen, I work this recipe out, and how I work my recipes out is knowledge. Okay, so some of you may know, some of you may not know, I'm a qualified chef. I am blowing my own trumpet, rather a bloody good qualified chef. So I can sit here and I come up with the recipes here for you guys, working out the calories, working out the portion sizes, working out the ingredients, how much can go into this, how much can go into that. It's all up here. I have it. I have actually challenged, and Charmaine, I don't know if Vanessa has told you, I've challenged you and Vanessa to, next time you are down, I want you, Mum, you can do it with Vanessa when you are next here as well. I want you to go to the supermarket and buy some ingredients. Now, I don't want dog food. I know I'm blowing my own trumpet, but let's face it, I'm a pretty damn amazing chef, and the knowledge is up here. So you're going to go to the supermarket. I don't want stupid stuff like dog food, but do you remember Ready Steady Cook? American people, I apologize, it probably wasn't on over there, but over here we had a program called Ready Steady Cook, where people would take things in and they would make meals out of it. Then at the end of the show, the two chefs, who had two teams, there was a chef on that side, a chef on this side, they'd take some, the participants would take food in, and the chefs would come up with a meal for them and help them to cook it. So I am challenging you to the mystery bag at the end. I want you to go and buy some ingredients, bring it back to me, and on the table, and without research, I will come up with a meal for you. That is my challenge to you and to Mum next time she's up, to go with Vanessa, and that's what we're going to do. So this is how I come up with my recipes. I absolutely love the food that I cook. It is very rare that I get complaints, and normally the complaint isn't that it tastes bad, it is just a fact that they don't like that type of thing. Their palate isn't accustomed to it. We're going to be no, I'm going to be Martin. I'm better than Ainsley. Oh yes, yes I am. Right, anyway, so enough blowing my own trumpet. That's the challenge. This is the recipe. Get into it and enjoy. So here we are then, guys, my delicious Chinese chicken recipe Just 218 calories per person, and this one serves 2. Let's get into it. So for the marinade, you are going to need light soy sauce, minced ginger, minced garlic, Chinese 5-spice, cracked black pepper, and some salt. So for the marinade, you're going to take a bowl, pop 4 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 3 teaspoons of Chinese 5-spice with a pinch of salt and a pinch of cracked black pepper. For the rest of the recipe, you are going to need 200 grams of diced chicken breast, 130 grams of broccoli, 200 grams of cauliflower, including the leafy greens, 1 red onion, 100 mils of our golden veg water flavouring, and a pack of slim noodles or slim fettuccine. So take your 200 grams of diced chicken, pop this into the marinade, give it a good mix up, and then pop this in the fridge covered for about an hour. While the chicken is marinating, we are going to prepare our vegetables. Take your broccoli and chop it up roughly. Take your cauliflower, leafy greens, and the head and give that a good chop up, and then slice up our red onion. Now that our chicken is finished marinating, we're going to take a hot pan, add a few sprays of our low-cal spray, and we're going to fry the chicken for about 8 minutes until it's no longer pink in the middle. Remove the chicken from the pan and set it aside for a moment, and using the same pan, we're now going to add our onions and fry these for a minute. Now we're going to take the rest of our vegetables, add these in, and cook these for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to take our marinade from earlier, add this into the pan, along with our 100 mils of golden veg water flavouring, whack the chicken back in there, and we're going to cook this down on a high simmer for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, take your slim noodles or slim fettuccine, and we're going to rinse this under cold water 3 times. After the 10 minutes has passed and the chicken and veg are well cooked, take your slim fettuccine or noodles, whack them in the pan, give it a good stir, and cook this out for 2 minutes. Now take a nice warm plate, dish it up, and go and enjoy. So there we have it, my Chinese chicken recipe. Serves 218 calories each. Go ahead and give it a try. Drop me a comment down below on how you got on with it. And remember, like, follow, share, and subscribe for more tasty recipes from One-to-One Team Thomas. What did you think to that then? I love it. I absolutely love it. It was fantastic to make and absolutely gorgeous. And you saw the size that was there, the portion, the amount of food that was on your plate for 218 calories. Phenomenal amount. Yeah, sorry, I just had to change a couple of things on my pad. Replace it. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal amount of food there for only 218 calories. And it was delicious. It's a plate full. It's a dinner plate full of food. And I normally like to eat a lot. I like a big amount of food, but the problem is obviously by having a big amount of food, you tend to overeat on the calories or whatever. You can still overface yourself, obviously, because your stomach is only the size of your fist. That's how much food we should be consuming. You still overconsume to the point that you're stretching your stomach, which isn't good, but you can still lose weight by being in calorie deficit. So there's portion control as well. But that is a massive amount of food on that plate. And that was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It did my dinner the day I cooked that. It did my dinner the next day. Actually live on stream when I was doing my game streaming. Yeah, see, everyone's like cauliflower. I'll just boil it and put it on the side with your pie or cauliflower cheese. Cauliflower's brilliant to use. It is brilliant. Cauliflower rice. Fantastic substitute for rice. There's just so much that you can do with different things. Did you write it down? That video is going to go live on our page tomorrow. That video will go live on our page tomorrow. So you'll be able to go and get that. Make sure you write it down. If you are dieting with us, it tasted even better than it looked, I tell you. If you're dieting with us and you have exclusive access to our recipe page, the recipe card will be uploaded for you tomorrow as well, for you to be able to print or save to your device. Then it will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/@1to1team Thomas. Remember, I come up with all these low-calorie recipes and low-calorie ideas so that you guys, I will be your brain. I'll do the thinking for you. And eventually what happens is you follow my recipes, it becomes second nature to you to be able to look when you are shopping and know. When I go shopping, I don't see weights anymore. I look at that. I grab a packet of chicken and I'm like, okay, how many calories are in that? And I can tell just by looking at it. You go out and you're like, okay, I need to cook for 6 people. Da, da, da. It's like, okay, I'm cooking for 6 people, so I need to be making at least a 1,200 calorie dish. And I'll look into that. You know, 1 medium chicken breast is around about 180 calories. So if I buy a pack of 3 medium chicken breasts, then I know that I'm getting 54 calories in that pack. 540 calories in that pack. Did my math wrong there? Yeah? That's how I look at things. I don't see weights. I don't see amounts anymore. When I go shopping, I've managed to train my brain to look at stuff and look at, okay, what calories is in that? How many calories? How much of that am I going to use for the X amount of calories that I need? So what other dish can I make? When I made that using the broccoli and the cauliflower, I had some carrots left over from a recipe that the carrot soup recipe that I did, and I had some celery left over. So I made a beef stew with it. And it's about utilizing everything that you have. Don't be afraid. Greens are very good, especially off the cauliflower. Don't get rid of the greens. Don't get rid of the leaves. Use them in there as well. They're a high source of iron in there. And fiber. Fiber's another key thing to hit here, because at the end of the day, fiber keeps you moving, keeps your system flushed, if you know what I mean. You know. So yeah, but veg, don't be scared of veg. Too many people will put in too much meat and not enough veg. You should be overpacking with veg. So your weight's going to look the same, but the visual's not. So for arguments, like 80 grams of veg is around about 20 calories. 100 grams of chicken. The easiest way to work out chicken, your best way to work at it, is 1 gram equals 1 calorie. That's probably the easiest way to look at it. So 180 gram chicken breast, it's actually 170 grams of chicken breast is 180 calories. So it's a little over a calorie. I think something like 1.21347 or something stupid like that per gram of chicken. Red meats tend to be a little bit higher in calories because of the natural fat and protein content in there. Pork and lamb are very high in fat. Even if, obviously, if you strip all the fat off first off of the pork, you've got a very lean piece of meat there that's really, really good. You just got to make sure you're cooking it properly. And then, like I said, you get 80 grams of veg is roughly 20 calories. So if you're going to go, if you want 100 calories in veg, then you're looking at 400 grams of veg, roughly. So half a kilo, let's go half a kilo, is going to equate to the same amount. That's a lot. Those of you that know me from my game streaming, I'll sit here snacking cucumbers. Everyone takes the mickey out of me over it. But by snacking on cucumbers, I can eat half a kilo of cucumbers for next to no calories, and I'm getting full off of that. My stomach is filling, but I'm not consuming too much calories. So I sit here and snack on baby cucumbers all the time, or choke on them sometimes. Yeah, that's not saying. It's normally what happens. So Sorry, crazy moment. But yeah, that's about it really for this week. Recipe's good. Recipe's fantastic. I hope I've helped you with a little bit of advice on breakfasts and exercise in general today. That was a bit of a surprise to us all, definitely me. But yeah, I don't know. Next week is National Days. National Days. So funnily enough, today is National Chopstick Day. So Chinese chicken falls in well with that, doesn't it, really? Wednesday. No, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. National Send a Card to a Friend Day. Send them a card. Let them know you're thinking of them. Let them know how great they are. It is also... Tomorrow is also National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. Which would have been nice to have had that recipe ready, because I was going to do a fettuccine Alfredo chicken recipe, which Jessica had asked for. I have come up with that recipe. It is very low calorie as well. You're going to enjoy that, but that's not coming for a few weeks. I've got a couple of other recipes to come out, so you're going to have to wait for that one, I'm afraid. So next week on Tuesday is Valentine's Day. Can I do a lesson on how to use chopsticks? Only if you teach me first. Next week is Valentine's Day on Tuesday. So next Monday, I am doing what is my traditional Valentine's meal. I like to do this every year for Vanessa. I say for Vanessa, it's more for myself. Not gonna lie. But it's a fantastic recipe. It is low calorie. It is good for you. And you can still lose weight while eating it. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing recipe that I've got for you next week. It's not even a recipe per se. It's a fantastic meal. There we go. It's a fantastic meal that I have got for you next week. Absolutely delicious. Mouth-watering, low in calorie. That's because you loves you. I do love me, but I also love my food, and I like to treat myself every now and then. Whilst treating Vanessa. I always treat Vanessa. It's not that she doesn't like the food. She loves it. It's just, I think it's not her fave. It's more one of my favourites. And it's not very often I'm allowed to order it when we go eat out, because I have actually walked into a restaurant kitchen before and asked them if they'd like me to teach them how to cook. I'm not going to lie, I have done that. True story. True story. I have sent a meal back 5 times, I think was my record, before Charmaine and Vanessa were actually begging me, just eat it. Just eat it. So, yeah. That's what's coming up next week. If I have time to do these videos, I'll do the exercise thing next week with you all. Or is there something else that you need advice on? Waiting for the stream delay. So if there's anything else that you want advice on, I've got my little book ready. You think V should try some more recipes like her Turkish delight hack? To be fair, I'd like Vanessa to do me a cottage pie recipe. Her cottage pie is absolutely delicious. I love her cottage pie. And she thinks I'm just saying it. Now, most people in my family, in my extended family, are scared to cook for me because I'm a high food critic. My mum don't care. She'll cook for me. I'll criticise it and she won't care. She'll be like, okay, if it's that bad, don't eat it and starve, or just eat it, shut up, and I'll, try next time. My mum's a very good cook. I only recently, as in adult life, found out that my mum used to frickin' chef in a restaurant or a pub restaurant. But yeah, I would like Vanessa to do a cottage pie recipe for you guys, actually. See how good her voiceover would be for it. You know, she'd be like,
So, Martin's got me to do a cottage pie recipe, and so I used mince, and then I kind of cut up an onion, and Martin told me that I was doing it wrong. Then I was frying the mince. Martin told me I was doing that wrong as well, but he asked me to cook it, so I told him, disappear and just leave me to it, will you? That's kind of what I do. It's kind of...
my voice mod's gone. Kind of how I'd expect it to go. My voice mod went then. Jesus. I was in big trouble. I was in big trouble.
going to be stuck talking like this all the time.
Rather than this. There we go. It sounds like Nick.
Hello? Hello? It does a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, right. I'm going to flit out, so I need to peace out, really, before I flid, and you all experience a major flit out.
Do not say banana. It made me laugh.
So, yeah. That's this week's Mondays with Martin. I'm about to flit out, so I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, you are superbly wonderful people. Go and try the recipe. Be sure to take pictures and tag them in the recipe. No, be sure to take pictures, post them on Facebook, and tag us at One to One Team Thomas. The recipe will be going live tomorrow. Make sure you go and check it out. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a comment. Please, please, please go and try it. The recipe will be live on our YouTube, www.youtube.com/@one-to-one-team Thomas. This episode, if you have only just tuned in, will be going live on YouTube on Wednesday at 5 p.m. So you'll be able to rewatch it, or you can rewatch it back here over on Facebook with the hashtag replay. Don't forget, any recipes that you do try, please use the hashtag #one-to-one-team-Thomas and the @one-to-one-team-Thomas tags in it so that we can see and we can comment for ourselves. Oh, notice how I had to close my eyes for that whole section to stop my flitting. Okay, so also, if you would like our help and our advice as health and well-being coaches, don't forget you can get in touch with us. You can DM us, or our contact details are available on our page here. This page that you're watching me on right now, okay? Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next Monday at 7:30, where I've got a Valentine's meal for you. You don't want to miss that one. And I don't know what the topic is yet. So if you have an idea of a topic, anything that you want discussing, let me know. If not, I'll try and do a bit of an exercise topic with you guys. Otherwise, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I have been Martin from One to One Team Thomas. You have been amazing. And remember, for a healthier future, choose you, choose us, because together as one, we can make a healthier you.